A Russian soldier detected by reconnaissance drones from Ukraine's Sharp Karty unit takes cover inside a trash container. Moments later, a Ukrainian FPV drone is deployed. Before the soldier can react, the drone reaches his position. The operation results in the complete neutralization of the location, demonstrating the precision and effectiveness of drone operations in close-range scenarios. Near the village of Katerina in the Donetsk region, a Russian soldier surrendered following a precision engage nearby. He raised his hands and offered no resistance as a Ukrainian drone hovered overhead, recording the surrender. A Russian soldier remains motionless in dense bushes, aware that an FPV drone is monitoring the area. Believing that staying still will help him avoid detection, he refrains from moving and waits. However, despite his attempt to remain concealed, aerial surveillance continues to track his position. The 33rd Mechanized Brigade conducted an operation in the village of Bahizha, Donetsk region, involving coordinated actions supported by drones. In this high-risk environment, aerial systems were used to monitor identified positions where Russian infantry had taken shelter before ground units advanced. FPV drones carried out targeted strikes on selected structures, after which Ukrainian soldiers moved in to clear the buildings. Each house was searched systematically, including basements, garages, and other areas reportedly used as fortified positions. At one point, a Russian soldier exited a house and entered a nearby garage. His movements, along with others in the area, were observed from above, and locations were engaged based on aerial surveillance. According to available reports, the settlement remains under the control of Ukrainian armed forces. On March 1, 2026, Ukraine's 54th Mechanized Brigade identified a Russian soldier moving across open terrain. An FPV drone was immediately deployed, initiating a pursuit. The soldier attempted to engage the aircraft but was unable to effect its flight. The drone circled continuously, seeking an optimal observation angle. With little cover available in the terrain, the soldier's options were limited. Despite repeated attempts, the small and highly maneuverable drone remained uncontested, highlighting the challenges of countering such aerial reconnaissance. The next situation unfolds in Kharkiv. A Ukrainian drone identifies a lone Russian soldier moving along a roadside, carrying a backpack and rifle, with a small puppy following close behind. Hearing a faint hum overhead, he raises his rifle toward the sky. Remaining alert, he continues along the road and stops beside a large tree, positioning himself against the trunk for cover. From a distance, another Ukrainian drone approaches at altitude. Rather than engaging immediately, it circles above the treetop, seemingly assessing the situation. The soldier remains tense, scanning the air and adjusting his stance. After completing its pass, the drone gradually descends, aligning carefully above the tree where he has taken shelter and preparing to carry out its assigned mission. The situation unfolds in Pokrovsk as a Ukrainian drone identifies a lone Russian soldier moving across open ground. He suddenly quickens his pace, reaches a small mound, and sits down briefly to recover. Moments later, a low-flying drone approaches with measured precision. As the sound overhead grows louder, the soldier reacts, grabs his rifle, and fires upward. By that point, however, the aircraft has already closed much of the distance, significantly limiting his ability to respond effectively. The encounter unfolds in Dnipropetrovsk. A Ukrainian drone identifies a Russian soldier seated against a tree trunk. At one point, He lifts his rifle and checks the magazine before settling back into position. Flying low and close to the ground, the drone advances with deliberate control, minimizing its acoustic signature. The soldier remains alert, scanning his surroundings while leaning against the tree. Gradually, the aircraft reduces altitude and narrows the distance at a steady pace. When it finally nears his position, he reacts in sudden alarm, but has little time to respond. The following event unfolds near an abandoned residential block in Novopavlivka, an area marked by heavy fighting. A reconnaissance drone observes a Russian soldier seated on scattered bricks, unable to stand, possibly due to a leg injury. High above, a Ukrainian drone maneuvers into position with controlled precision. The soldier remains seated and largely motionless as the aircraft gradually descends toward his location. Ukraine's 53rd Mechanized Brigade targeted a logistics route used by Russian forces near Kramatorsk using FPV drones. Although the route was fortified with barbed wire and counter-drone measures, these precautions proved insufficient. The operation successfully disabled a vehicle carrying 2 Russian soldiers. The engagement highlights the effectiveness of precision drone operations in monitoring and neutralizing exposed targets. In the same sector, a Ukrainian drone advances rapidly toward a Russian logistics truck positioned along a supply route. 3 soldiers standing nearby react with visible alarm, stepping back as the aircraft closes in and maintains its trajectory toward the vehicle. Nearby, another Russian soldier reacts differently. As a drone descends toward his position, he throws his weapon upward in an apparent attempt to interfere with its approach. As the situation expands, strike drones operated by Ukraine's Police Patrol Brigade conduct consecutive aerial operations in the Kostyantynivka turret direction, maintaining coordinated activity across the sector. Near the Zaporizhzhia direction, a Russian troop transport truck moves along a dirt road with soldiers riding openly in the rear compartment. The surrounding terrain offers minimal cover, leaving the vehicle exposed as it proceeds at moderate speed. Shortly afterward, a Ukrainian drone is redirected toward the moving vehicle and begins closing in from behind. As the sound of its engine becomes audible, several soldiers in the rear turn and attempt to fire upward with light weapons in an apparent effort to interfere with its approach. Their shots do not alter the drone's trajectory as it continues advancing toward the vehicle. The next Russian serviceman observed by the drone remained stationary during the operation. Watching FPV drone activity against Russian personnel raises questions about why some remain in place or do not attempt to move. FPV drones can reach speeds of 100 to 150 kilometers per hour, making it extremely difficult for an individual with a rifle to effectively interact with such a small and fast-moving target. In a separate incident, Russian personnel returning to their positions on an ATV were also monitored by a drone. In the Kursk direction, Ukrainian border guard UAV operators engaged a Russian military vehicle. Shortly afterward, the same drone targeted a nearby Russian shelter, and the strike caused a powerful blast that effectively neutralized the position. FPV drones destroyed a Russian fighting position on the Lyman front during a coordinated operation by drone operators from the Sinam Battalion. Working in pairs, the Ukrainian team carried out a methodical strike. The first FPV drone entered the shelter and detonated inside, forcing 2 Russian soldiers to attempt an escape. The second drone remained on overwatch, immediately detecting their movement and striking one of the fleeing soldiers. After a brief period, the drone recorded confirmation of the result. Despite sustaining damage during the operation, the FPV drone was preserved and redirected back toward the original position. A second strike was then carried out, further destroying the shelter along with remaining enemy equipment. The final footage clearly shows the outcome of the operation, demonstrating the effectiveness of coordinated FPV drone tactics in neutralizing fortified positions.